lovely people, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal and this is One Book Reviews, and today we're going to be diving into another wrap-up vlog style. If you didn't check out last month, it's the new way that I'm going to be doing wrap-ups from now on, where I'm going to be doing kind of like a vlog, initial thoughts straight after I finish the book for each book that I read in the month. So today I finished book 13 in Ice Planet Barbarian series, Barbarian Lady, I think it's called, on my drive to work. I got a new job in Sydney, so my commute is now about an hour and 40 minutes. So I managed to finish that on my way to work today. And this is the first time I've had a chance to sit down and actually tell you my thoughts. I love this series, as you all know. This one was the first one that's left us on a bit of a cliffhanger, and I am very excited to pick up the next one tonight when I climb into bed. But the thing I liked about this one was it was the male that had, you know, this representation that needed to be looked into, which was obviously like a PTSD kind of thing. Whereas usually it's been the female that's kind of had the issue in the past. So that was really interesting to see how she did that as a different kind of interpretation. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. 5 stars, continuing the series. Very excited to see where it goes. It's become my comfort read now, is to pick one of these up between things. So good way to start the month. And yeah, that's it. That's my thoughts. So I just finished The Wolf of Orenyaro by K.S. Veloso. This was a buddy read kind of book club pick that I was doing with Hannah from Hannah Blackwell. And obviously you'll hear a lot more detailed thoughts on the live that I do for the book club with everyone that's participating. But my general thoughts on this are that I'm probably not going to continue the series, and that I feel like although a lot of action happened, not a lot actually happened in this book. I feel like this is going to be potentially a controversial opinion. I feel like I'm going to be the only one in the book club that didn't really like it. A lot of the other people I'm reading it with tend to be kind of into this kind of fantasy. But to me, I felt like a main character was lacking something that made me not really care about what happened to her or whether she got the resolution she wanted in the end. And although she had this kind of cool, badass arc going on throughout the story, it wasn't enough for me to really remember her as a character. I feel like I will forget what happened in this book and forget these characters pretty quickly. We had a couple characters that obviously were bad, that had no real redemption arc that I was kind of hoping for. And there was this weird kind of romance, non-romance happening between two of our characters that didn't really make sense as to why that sexual tension was there. It may make more sense when the next book comes out, but didn't really make sense in this context. But it is hard to obviously judge a book series when it's a fantasy novel and the first book is only about 400 pages or so. Usually that means that book 2 is going to be really where it hits off. But I just have too many books to read and I just can't be bothered picking up book 2. I'm excited to see what the other people in the book club think of this. The live show will be early February, so probably just before or just after this is coming out. I can't remember because I don't have my calendar in front of me. But yeah, I will link the live show if it's already come out. Otherwise, it'll be coming out not long after this, so keep an eye out for it. That's my thoughts. Controversial as they are. Not my kind of fantasy. I just finished Me Moth by Amber McBridge on Sprints. If I can, I'll insert clips here of some of my reactions to the end of this book. But prior to probably the last, I want to say not even the last quarter, the last 1/8 of this book, it was sitting at 3 stars. And I was like, it's beautiful, kind of a nice story. Can see where they were trying to go, but didn't love it. Then I read the last 1/8 of this book and it saved it. 100% 5-star read. Shocking lyrical twist at the end that made me want to start all over. As soon as I finished it, I just wanted to start from the beginning again, and reread it and see all the little clues that I missed. So this follows the story of a main character who has been in a car accident and her parents have died in the car accident, and so she's trying to recover from that, both her own physical injuries as well as mentally, and she meets a man named Sunny who suffers from depression, and they choose to go on a road trip together to heal, I guess. And then a lot of things happen, and the ending just, oh my God. I want to be able to talk to someone about this book. If you have finished this book, please send me a DM. I need to talk to somebody about the end of this book. So good. 5 stars. I want to recommend it to so many people. And I'm not a huge, like, it's in verse, and I am not a huge verse reader. It is not like my favorite style of writing in any way, shape, or form. But this book, just, my faces say it all. If I've been able to insert that clip, if not, watch this live. I'll put it up here, so you can go check it out. Pretty much the last probably 7 minutes of that live will be my reactions to this book. Anyways, that's my thoughts. Read this book. So I just finished book 14 in the Iceborne Barbarian series, Barbarian Rescue. And I don't even know what to say about these books anymore. It's always a good time. I love the fact that she's still continuing to maintain like a thrilling side plot. Like, I keep expecting her to run out of ideas, but it still continues to be fresh and new. And yeah, so I'm very excited to see what happens now that there's like these 20 new people that have appeared. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm obviously still loving the series. Do plan on continuing. It would not be a wrap up on this channel without me reading an Iceborne Barbarian book by the sounds of it. So yeah. In this one, the representation that we got was of someone who was quite a talker, I guess. I don't know what you would define them as, but there wasn't anything hugely represented in this one, but I really still appreciated the characters. The romance in this was very cute, and I loved the main character and how she was portrayed. Summer is probably my favorite character so far. So very exciting. And now the next book in the series will be following Brooke, or Brooke as they call her, and she actually has a stutter. So very excited to see where that goes. Love the series, that's all I have to say. I mean, I don't know what else to say about the series anymore without going into spoiler territory. Okay, so it is officially February and I did not get any further books finished. I did make it through to about 75% of For the Wolf by Hannah Witten. So I'll give you my thoughts so far, and then when I finish it in February, I'll continue my wrap up then. But so far, I'm really, really enjoying this. It's probably going to get a 4 stars from me. I'm really intrigued by the other sister story. So I really like Red's story, but the little snippets I'm getting from the other sister story, who is book 2, make me very excited for book 2. But I have enjoyed this world, and the kind of magical system and world building within this has been really intriguing. I really enjoy the narrator, so that's made it quite easy to listen to. So I will be finishing this early in February. I just haven't had a chance to finish it. I could have finished it last night, chose not to. So that is where I'm at. I didn't get a lot read this month. I expected to read more. In terms of A Little Life by Hannah Yanagara, I am currently about 150 pages in, and I'm turning this into a year-long read rather than a read in a particular month. So I will be plodding along with this. So I'll give you updates each month as I get through further into this, how I'm feeling. But for now, 150 pages in, I haven't been overly broken yet. I was saying this on sprints last night, but I find it quite difficult to tell the characters apart in terms of who has suffered from which heartache. So that's been a little bit confusing, but other than that, like, I'm enjoying the writing and I'm intrigued to keep going, but the narrator was just too relaxing for me to listen to during long-term drives. So that's my wrap up for January. Didn't do too great. I've started my February read, and we'll see how many I get through in February. So thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far and you don't have a comment about the few books that I have read, let me know what you read in February in the comments, or what your favorite book was. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend and happy reading. Bye.